Pappos, man like Pappos, how are you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm good.
What a game. First and foremost, what is your reaction, before we go any further?
I'm very, very happy. A very convincing win. Very good performance. I think this is what we needed, especially after the first leg. So yeah, I'm very, very happy. I predicted
Yeah,
4-1.
exactly.
Arsenal kept a clean sheet surprisingly. So I'm even happier with the result.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, who was your man of the match first and foremost? Because there's so many good players in that one. There's so many good players with good performances, but who was your man of the match there?
For me, my man of the match is
Yeah,
Emil Smith Rowe. I know he
yeah,
didn't score a goal, but for me, his his ability to drive with the ball really, really helped us today. I think he drives the
exactly.
ball forward. His pass to Pepe, for the first goal, that was an
Yeah,
unbelievable pass. He put it through the legs of the
yeah,
player. I think very unlucky. To be honest, I'm not sure if it really was offside because I
yeah,
looked at
man.
it. It looked
Yeah,
like he was onside, but it doesn't matter. He got the assist straight after. But yeah, I think he changed the game completely, especially you know Odegaard is a very different player. I think Odegaard is a better, passer of the ball. He's going to be able to move the ball for you. But in terms of driving the ball forward, I think Smith Rowe can do that for us. And for me, he was my man of the match.
yeah. I think the beauty with Emily Smith Rowe is his ability to move throughout, the pitch to the left, the right, center, tracking back as a defender, then going forward as an attacker. I think his work rate is just amazing at his age.
Yeah, I agree. I think his movement off the ball, is definitely what we've needed for a long, long while. I don't think many of our players do that very well or as well as him. So yeah, I'm really, really impressed with him today. I think for
Yeah.
me, my only worry with him is he just needs to keep fit. He just needs to look after himself, and we need him over a course of a season, not just periods.
Yeah, I absolutely do agree with you. I do absolutely. He needs to keep fit. Just to ask you, I mean, who are those four, or, the five best performers today? The five best performers, in this game for you.
It's very difficult to narrow down five, but I would
Yeah,
say probably the whole front four because they were the most impactful. I'd say Lacazette, Pepe, Smith Rowe, and Saka. And then the other one I would probably say for me is I would say maybe Ceballos because I think
yeah.
Ceballos I think he did a good job in the midfield. He carried the ball well. He played a lot of good passes. So yeah, I would say those are my five. But to be honest, though, most of the team did well. So it's not like you know a discredit to the other players.
Yeah, and actually, I think Mikel Arteta will get a lot of credit in this game because what he did there was so brilliant. What he did in that game was so brilliant because for me he caught me off guard. I thought he was he had gone to you know to dominate the game, but he didn't dominate the game. He actually, decided to get them, to run at them, and create chances and score goals, which I think was brilliant. I think Mikel deserves a lot of credit in this one, a lot of credit. His game plan was shocking. Even, I don't think Slavia Praha expected it as well.
Yeah. I don't think they expected us to to be so attacking. After the third
Yeah,
goal, I'm not sure if you saw it, but the camera went to the opposition manager, and I was just
yeah,
laughing because
like I
he
was
didn't know
laughing.
what to do. He was just clueless. So
Yeah,
yeah, for me, my
mm,
only question for Arteta is, where has this been majority of the season? Why haven't we played like this on the front
yeah,
foot?
exactly, exactly.
I think I understand maybe we don't want to go and attack too many players, and then we have, you know, the opposition have a counter attack. But still, it's
Yeah,
always good to play on the front foot. This is something I want to see in the next leg. We mustn't be scared of Villarreal. That's what happened in the first leg against Slavia. We got too scared. We gave them too much respect, and we didn't take our chances. And then they ended up drawing the game. I think the Villarreal game is away first, so it's important
yeah.
that we get the away goals. I think if we can get 2-3 goals, I think the game is over.
Exactly. Smash the like button, people. Get your subscriptions in, and of course, do comment. And you can call in. The link is in the comment section. Please do call in and give me your reaction about the game. How confident are you? How confident are you about Villarreal, because they have qualified through as well?
I think Villarreal is going to be a difficult game. I think it's the best opposition we've faced so far
Yeah,
now in the
yeah.
Europa League. It definitely is. I think with them, they
Are they,
score.
are they better than Benfica? You think?
Yeah. I think so. Especially this season because Benfica have struggled in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
in
yeah.
the Portuguese league. So for me, I would say I'll definitely say Villarreal the best team. I'd say in terms of their defense, I know the defense is not the quickest, so I think we can get at them defensively, especially
Mm,
with their two centre backs. They got Albiol and Pau Torres, who they're not very quick defenders. So maybe sticking with the same lineup like Pepe, maybe even having Martinelli in instead,
yeah,
and just
yeah.
really getting at them. I think they have even the midfield, they don't really have good runners in the midfield. So I think the game is really just going to be how we set up tactically. I think if we set up negatively and we sit back, it's going to suit them perfectly for me
Yeah,
personally because they're very good at keeping the ball. They're very good at that, They've got players like Parejo, and they've even got former player of Arsenal, Coquelin,
yeah,
So
exactly.
hopefully he doesn't turn into Vieira that day.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, I'm really scared about them. I'm really scared about them, but it's a day to enjoy the moment. Like I said,
Mhm.
scored another brace. I think two braces in the last two games. Um, is he trying to write a statement? Is he trying to tell us, this is what I can do? I need to stay at the club, or you think, you know, he's just on fire?
I think Lacazette has this in himself. He has the ability to score goals. He's done that in France. He
Yeah,
did that in his first couple of seasons here at Arsenal. I just think last season really, really, you know, struggled for him. He really he got that ankle injury. Then he
yeah,
struggled to score, and then he was missing chances, and everyone was getting on his back. And then Aubameyang scoring like so many goals didn't really help him because everyone was saying Aubameyang, Aubameyang. But
mm,
what people forget about Lacazette is, he's an all-round player. He's able to play with the other players. Hold the ball up, and I think for me, in terms of what he's trying to do, I think he is trying to play for a contract. I think he's saying, look, I'm scoring goals. I want to stay at the club. I want a new contract. Because I think after this year, if I'm not mistaken, he's got one season left from June.
yeah,
So
exactly.
for me, I don't know. For me personally, we have to be ruthless. Thank you, Lacazette. Even if you win us the Europa League, thank you so much. But it's time to move on. We need to bring in a striker that can progress with us forward. That's my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But and I've seen many people and share my opinion, like Charles Watts, and I think okay, because I'm one of those people who think when Lacazette gives you that such a performance, he's justifying that any team can buy him at 80, sorry, at 35 million, at 40 million, probably you let him go, at that moment in time, and then you get in, a better striker. That's what I think you've got to be ruthless. You've got to upgrade if you think you want better performances. Rowan says Holding and Murray partnership defender Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith were all good players and future Arsenal go Gunners. Murray and Rob Holding, are they fit together? Do they impress together?
Yeah, I think they've had more good games together than bad. I think the one bad game that really sticks out for me is the Man City game at home where we lost 1-0. The
Yeah,
first 15 minutes they were really shaky, but them two as a partnership is definitely better than Holding and Gabriel. I just
yeah,
think because Murray's an experienced player and Holding as well, he knows the Premier League. He's gonna probably work with him. I think with with Murray and Holding, they're not really got pace. So that's the problem. That's their biggest weakness. But apart from that, I think they are a good partnership. I like Mario a lot. I think he's coming. He's really impressed me. I think
yeah.
I think he's. I've only remember him having about two bad games. I can't really remember him having too many. So yeah, I really like him. I think he's someone that is a good backup. I really like it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's 26. Let me check.
Yeah, I think that's the good thing with him. I also don't remember the last time he had a poor performance. Whenever he has
He's
come on,
27.
he has he's proven. He's proven. I
Yeah,
think it's around 27
yeah,
years of age.
he's turning. He
Yeah,
turns 28 in August. So
Exactly. Whenever he has come on, he has proven to be a very, 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 good player. And I think that's one of the things you're gonna love as an Arsenal fan. So it's a game that look, it's a game that I think Arsenal won, and the fans are happy. You know, okay. Let me ask you: does this game justify that Mikel can stay, whether he doesn't win the Europa League or wins it, and then we back him in the summer? Probably we could see future rewards in next season.
I think if this performance was shown by the players, I would
Mm,
say
mm,
more times this season, especially in that period where we were struggling in November, I would say you can give him time. But because of the way he's been playing, it
yeah,
hasn't really been convincing. Especially games like Liverpool and Man City. We just said, "Here you go, win the game. We don't care about this." That's my
yeah,
problem with Arteta. He tends to, prioritize games, and that's not what I want to see. I want us to take game by game, and that's
yeah,
my problem. I think his inexperience showing. I think you can see with the way he manages. Some games where we have a lead and he decides to make some wrong substitutions, like bring on Willian. That's not
yeah,
really
exactly.
going to help us. So that's
Yeah,
my problem. I'll say for me, I'd say if he wins the Europa League, he deserves to stay on. I know as bad as it is in the league, but the Europa League, he's got us Champions League football. But for
yeah,
me, it's just what we are going to do with him. If we're going to actually back him, it has to be right from the top. It cannot be, half-hearted. You can't just say, "Yeah, we're gonna do this," and then you get him some, you get him a cheaper version. If
yeah,
Arteta wants something, you have to give it to him because you guys are talking in the media. You're saying trust the process, talk it, walk the walk. So that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm just 50-50 with him. I'm not gonna say, he's a rubbish manager, shit manager. I'm not gonna say he's a world class manager. I'm just gonna say he's average manager that can
yeah.
improve.
Yeah, yeah. I also think he's an average manager that can improve, but the reason as to why actually I wanted badly, I wanted him badly out of Arsenal was we might not have all that time he needs to develop as a manager. We might not
Yeah,
get
yeah.
all the time, to develop, that he needs to develop as a manager. Probably he would be one of the good managers, great managers in the future. But are we going to? Do we have the time? Can we afford to get to get him the time he needs to develop as a manager? That's a very, very big question. But Message says Kosi Holding still needs to be confident. So because he has given enough games, but he's still shaky. By the way, the truth is, I say this: Holding's a little bit shaky. I don't know why he's so shaky, but he's a little bit shaky, especially when you present him with quality. He's a little bit shaky. Do you think Saliba probably or Dinos Mavropanos, we could see more of them next season, courtesy of that?
Next season I want to see those two. I want to see Saliba especially because he's someone that we brought in expecting him to do, good things this season, but unfortunately it didn't work out. In
Hmm.
terms of Mavropanos, I like Mavropanos. Especially when he first came in. I remember when he first came in, he played against Man United. He impressed me. I was like, this guy's a good defender. So I think he's
Hmm.
doing well in Germany, and I think it's time for him to come back. I think he's had enough loan spells. He's up to speed, and I think it's maybe time to move on. Rob Holding, unfortunately, but hasn't quite worked out. He's not a defender that we need. It's like we already got Gabriel, we already got Pablo Murray. So why do we need to keep Rob Holding? What I would say in terms of Rob, I say he is ending the season a lot better than what he started. I think he started the season really shaky. I don't really like him, but you know I've been impressed with him, especially in the last two performances, and he definitely deserves to start this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. Nicolas Caleta, Caleta. I think it was Caleta who said we were going to go. We were going to Slavia were going to win. Sorry for that. Lacazette should stay. This is a team. A team also says build the team around Alexander Lacazette. He's a big motivator in the team. Do you agree with that purpose? Do you think we should build the team around Alexander Lacazette? Personally, I don't agree.
Yeah, I don't agree as well. I think he's 29 and he turns 30
Yeah,
in May. So that's a bit, you know, it's an Arsenal thing to do. Let's not put it out the window. Arsenal are
Yeah.
the team that will build around the 30-year-old player. It doesn't make sense, but we can do that. But for me, I'd say I wouldn't be too you know angry with him being a backup. But just as a starter, I think it's time to take it to the next level. Unless Aubameyang is banging in the goals again, I don't know. But yeah, I just want us to really focus on the main areas, and I think defense, right back, we definitely need one.
Mm.
We need a proper centre back, and then for me is whether we can really get a good striker that's
Okay.
versatile, that can head the ball as well, because we don't have that target man since Giroud. Let's be honest.
Okay. Uh, I had a question. I think I'll ask when it comes by. Saka was really good tonight. Very brilliant. Very brilliant. And I think, do you think Saka has been our best player this season, Pappos? I think, there's been Emily Smith Rowe, there's been Odegaard, but the consistency of Saka and the fact that he's not been getting injured real frequently for me is amazing.
Yeah. I'd say for me, all round from start to finish, yeah, I'll say he's
Yeah.
been our best player.
Yeah. Nobody would disagree with that unless you're mad. You've got to agree. This guy has been very consistent. I know. If there is a reason as to why Mikel is going to retain his job, I think it's going to be courtesy of Saka. This guy has been very, 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 very brilliant in
Mm,
there. But the consistency of him as a young player, and it's going to hurt me that he might not get playing time at England because of the quality that he possesses, at the moment. But I just think, Arsenal are really proud and lucky to have such a player. Let
mm,
me just ask you, a few questions about today's game. Just your reaction about today's game, especially when we didn't have the ball, because the statistics are that Slavia Praha had the ball 65%. And then we did, because it didn't look like we had more of the ball up, on our side. It was whenever we had the ball, we were brilliant. Whenever we had the ball, it was like a mission: get the ball and do what you have to do. So I think there, but do you feel Arsenal is better as a counter-attacking team, or is it better, are we better building off our runs and building off and our football and breaking through the lines?
I think it depends on who we play and what type of team they are. I think
Okay.
we saw today Slavia, they are you know, high line team. They like to play with, on literally on the halfway line. So to play counter attacking is going to be very, very effective. But if we were to play against a team like Sheffield, we need to have most of the ball to create. So
Mm.
for me, I would say we are better probably counter-attacking because of the players we've got going forward. I'd say Saka, you can use his pace, Pepe, use his pace, and then Smith Rowe with his movement, you can't go wrong. So for me, I would say counter-attacking we're better.
Yeah, I mean, because I look at this, Pepe, Saka, that that breed of players we have, and I'm like, it looks like we are not using them the way we have to use them. It looks like we are not using them the way we should, use them. When we try to build the football, when we try to get, the ball and build, we look so slow. We look very unconfident. But today we played counter-attacking football, and we were so brilliant. I don't know whether any Arsenal fans realize that, but if you have realized, then you are a real one. This one, Jack Perry, as I think it was Perry, as a Slavia Praha fan who is also Arsenal fan who had the opportunity to be in the Emirates a few years ago. Congratulations, guys! Quality between the teams was obvious tonight. Hope you can win the Europa League. Okay. Of course, the quality was, there is no dispute there. The quality was really, really, really different. Tell me that this is Arsenal forget of Man City and Liverpool. Today is Gunners lubricate the through. The through row, Saka, Nico, Pate, big up Kosi, big up the Gunners, big up everybody, people. Thank you so much, Clement, the team. Thank you so much there. Saka was really good tonight. I did take that as well. So, Pappos, your last words as we conclude this.
My last words is well done, Arsenal. We got the win. Nice, easy win. Very impressive result. I'd say well done to Arteta. You got the lineup very correct. I think I'm not too angry with Martinelli not starting because I think it saves him, give him rest and then play him against Fulham on
Fulham,
Sunday, which I would love to see. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with the result, very happy with the performance. Hopefully we can continue this throughout the rest of the season and
yeah,
we can
exactly.
finish the season strong. So thank you, Kozi, for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
And have a nice rest of the
you are
day.
a, you are a real one, bro. You're a real one, bro.
Bless, bless.
Nicolas says, Slavia Praha have been bad defensive wise, and goalkeeper Konrav have injury. Don't start the excuses, blood. Don't start the excuses. Team selection was so good today. Cause big up Eric Ogoya. I know that face. You always commented on my posts. I know that face. Cause my personal, I like Gabriel, but